Two efforts have continued since the creation of men: the effort of guidance or the effort of the Ambiyā, and the effort of deviation or the effort of Shaytān. This all began the day Nabi Adam alayhi salam was created, and Allah ordered all the angels to bow down to Nabi Adam alayhi salam. All did with the exception of Iblis. Shaytān took a vow that day that he would lead all of men astray. قال فبما أغويتني لأقعدن لهم صراطك المستقيم ثم لآتينهم من بين أيديهم ومن خلفهم وعن أيمانهم وعن شمائلهم ولا تجد أكثرهم شاكرين. He said, because you have put me in error, I will surely sit in wait for them on your straight path. Then I will come to them from before them and from behind them, and on the right and on the left, and you will not find most of them grateful to you. Allah in turn made two promises. The first promise, قال اخرج منها مذءوما مدحورا لمن تبعك منهم لأملأن جهنم منكم أجمعين. Allah said, get out of paradise reproached and expelled. Whoever follows you among them, I will surely fill hell with you all together. The second promise of Allah, Allah said, فَإِمَّا يَأْتِيَنَّكُم مِّنِّي هُدًى فَمَنِ اتَّبَعَ هُدَايَ فَلَا خَوْفٌ عَلَيْهِمْ وَلَا هُمْ يَحْزَنُونَ. And when guidance comes to you from me, whoever follows my guidance, there will be no fear upon them, nor will they grieve. Thus, the effort of Shaytān continued endlessly, trying to lead men astray. But in every generation, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would send Ambiyā, who would warn men of the plots of Shaytān, save them from misguidance, and guide them back to the path of salvation. Many fell prey to the deceptions of Shaytān and adopted the path of deviation, ultimately leading to their destruction in this world and the year after. The path of Hidayah has been referred to time and again as Sirat al-Mustaqim, the straight path. It is clear and apparent with no bends, curves or angles. When one travels to a certain destination, then he has to follow the exact coordinates in order to reach the town. A slight variation, even by a few degrees, even if it be but a single degree, will result in him veering off completely and missing his destination entirely. Initially, it might appear that it is a matter of 1 degree, but as you travel down the road, you may find that you've missed the mark by thousands of kilometers. Take for example the people of Nuh alayhi salam. After Adam alayhi salam, the people were on Tawheed, worshipping only one Allah and ascribing no partners to Him. However, Shaytān tricked these people into making idols of celebrated personalities from among them, so that they may be revered and their memory preserved. Slowly this reverence took on a more ritualistic approach, until slowly but surely it led to outright idol worship. What appeared to be a harmless innovation led to complete deviation. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then sent Nabi Nuh to guide his people. Those who followed him were successful, while those who rejected him were afflicted with a terrible punishment. And such was the case with many nations of the past. The people of Nabi Hud alayhi salam who were Ad, the people of Nabi Salih alayhi salam who were Thamud, the people of Nabi Lut alayhi salam, the people of Nabi Ibrahim alayhi salam, and the nations of other Ambiyā. Nabi Ibrahim alayhi salam had 2 sons, Ismail and Ishaq. The son of Ishaq was Yaqub, who was known as Israel. It is his children who are known as the Banu Israel. They too were fooled by the deceptions of Shaytān on a number of occasions, and each time Ambiyā was sent to guide them back to the path of salvation. Deviation has been something that has affected men in every age, whereby people strayed from the straight path and made the ultimate abode Jahannam. To us it might seem foolish and difficult to fathom that anybody could have fallen for such beliefs and been tricked into such forms of worship. However, the sad reality is that people were tricked into following false prophets and even worshipping false gods. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, مثل الذين كفروا كمثل الذي ينعق بما لا يسمع إلا دعاء ونداء صم بكم عمي فهم لا يعقلون. The example of those who disbelieve is like that of the one who shouts at that which hears nothing but calls and cries, that is, cattle or sheep. They are deaf, dumb and blind, so they do not understand. Such devotees of their false ideologies did they become, that they were incapable of seeing the truth, even when it was right before their eyes. Azar, the father of Ibrahim alayhi salam, would prostrate to the very idols which he had made with his own hands, yet he failed to see the error of his ways. Take the example of the Banu Israel, who saw the sea split apart and Fir'aun drowned right before their eyes, a unique miracle of the might and majesty of Allah. But they were quickly tricked by Samiri into worshipping the golden calf. Even after that, after those who worshipped the calf were punished, later when they passed a group of people worshipping idols, they asked Nabi Musa alayhi salam to make for them an idol as well which they could worship. Sometimes people, despite knowing that what they believed in or continue to believe in is false, still adhere to their false beliefs to save themselves embarrassment and ridicule. Perhaps the motivation of some might be worldly gain or popularity, or perhaps the intentions may be noble, but because it is contrary to the established teachings of Islam, that is the Qur'an and Sunnah, it will ultimately lead to deviation. A case in point would be the nation of Nabi Nuh alayhi salam. So the motives can be financial, political, or maybe even religious, but regardless, they have succeeded in duping the masses and in the process made fortunes for themselves. The Aga Khani Shia believe that Prince Karim Aga Khan is the present Imam and that he is the light of Allah on earth, practically God incarnate. When he speaks, it is God speaking. Thus, they refer to him as the talking Qur'an. And the Qur'an we know and recite, they refer to as the silent Qur'an, which they believe is abolished. Thus, they cling on to every word he says. As to them, it is regarded as revelation itself. He has since abolished the performance of Salah, fasting, Hajj and Zakah as we know it. He has, however, made Dason compulsory on his followers, which is to pay 12.5% of one's income yearly to the Imam. 2.5% he will use on charities as he deems fit, and the other 10% belongs to him, which he may use at his leisure and discretion. His net worth in 2023 has been estimated to be $14 billion, making him one of the world's richest men. There have been many agents of Shaytān who led many astray. When chided for their devilish schemes, they lay the blame at the feet of their followers instead, mimicking their mentor, as this is exactly how Shaytān will answer. Allah says, وَقَالَ الشَّيْطَانُ لَمَّا قُضِيَ الْأَمْرُ إِنَّ اللَّهَ وَعَدَكُمْ وَعْدَ الْحَقِّ وَوَعَدْتُكُمْ فَأَخْلَفْتُكُمْ وما كان لي عليكم من سلطان إلا أن دعوتكم فاستجبتم لي فلا تلوموني ولوموا أنفسكم ما أنا بمصرخكم وما أنتم بمصرخي إني كفرت بما أشركتموني من قبل إن الظالمين لهم عذاب أليم. And Shaytan will say when the matter has been concluded, indeed Allah had promised you the promise of truth, and I promised you but I betrayed you. But I had no authority over you except that I invited you and you responded to me. So do not blame me, but blame yourselves. I cannot be called to your aid, nor can you be called to my aid. Indeed, I deny your association of me with Allah before. Indeed, for the wrongdoers is a painful punishment. We live in a time when new ideologies and philosophies are declared daily, and a number of deviant sects have become rampant in our society. Deviation is not an occurrence restricted to the previous nations only. It affects us at present as well. While the line of Nubuwah ended with Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and there will be no new prophet, nor is there anyone having the same rank as the prophets who has come or is still awaited, it does not mean that Shaytan is retired. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, my ummah will follow in the footsteps of the Banu Israel. Step for step, they were split into 72 sects, and my ummah will be split into 73 sects. All of them will be in the hellfire except one. When the Prophet ﷺ was asked, who will be those who will be saved from the fire? He replied, those who follow my path and the path of my Sahaba radiallahu anhum. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَأَنَّ هَذَا صِرَاطِي مُسْتَقِيمًا فَاتَّبِعُوهُ وَلَا تَتَّبِعُوا السُّبُلَ فَتَفَرَّقَ بِكُمْ عَنْ سَبِيلِهِ ذَلِكُمْ وَصَّاكُمْ بِهِ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. And moreover, this is my path, which is straight, so follow it, and do not follow other ways, for you will be separated from his way. Thus has he instructed you, and that you may become righteous. In another narration, Rasulullah ﷺ said, I left you on a clear path. The night of it is the same as the day. None will digress from it after me except the one who is destroyed. The effort of the Ambiyā, the effort of guidance, calling towards good and preventing evil, is now the responsibility of the Ummah. We should be wary of those sects who claim to be Muslim, yet propagate beliefs contrary to that firmly established by the Qur'an and the Sunnah, or criticize the faith of the best of generations, the Sahaba and those who followed them from the Tabi'un. For in following them and emulating the manner they adhered to the Sunnah is the pleasure of Allah and our salvation. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَالسَّابِقُونَ الْأَوَّلُونَ مِنَ الْمُهَاجِرِينَ وَالْأَنصَارِ وَالَّذِينَ اتَّبَعُوهُم بِإِحْسَانٍ رضي الله عنهم ورضوا عنه وأعد لهم جنات تجري تحتها الأنهار خالدين فيها أبدا ذلك الفوز العظيم. And the first forerunners in the faith among the Muhajirun and the Ansar, and those who followed them with good conduct, Allah is pleased with them, and they are pleased with Him, and He has prepared for them gardens beneath which rivers flow, wherein they will abide forever. That is the great attainment. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in another hadith, the best people are those of my generation, that is the Sahaba, then those who follow them, that is the Tabi'un, and then those who follow them, that is the Tabu'ut Tabi'un. In yet another narration, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam warned against innovations in deen, leaving clear instructions as to who we should follow. Those of you who love after me will see great disagreement. You must then follow my sunnah and that of the rightly guided khulafa after me. Hold to it and stick fast to it. Beware of newly invented matters in the religion, for every new matter is a bid'ah, and every bid'ah is misguidance. May Allah keep us steadfast upon the truth and straight path, save us from deviating, and grant us the ability to adhere to the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the practice of the righteous khulafa, those whom Allah was pleased with and they were pleased with him. Ameen.